is up, everyone? My name is Echo, and in today's Minecraft video, we are checking out the latest beta and preview for Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version. This is the version 1.19.60.20. Here is the confirmation from Wells Megaspud, our community manager. He said, heads up, new Minecraft preview / beta is rolling out. Mob heads on note blocks and a new Piglin head and more. Check out the changelog, and if you want the changelog, it's down below. So great news, with us entering the 1.19.60 beta and previews, that means the version 1.19.50 is complete. There is a very small chance we could see that update tomorrow, but it's highly likely going to be releasing next week, since tomorrow in America is going to be Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys have a special Thanksgiving for those of you who celebrate it. Now, just a heads up, it does say on the changelog, note, this week's preview version is not available on iOS. We apologize for the inconvenience and are working to resolve the issue. Hopefully, it will release over the next 24 hours. But moving on to experimental features, it says mob heads on note blocks. And this is what it said. When placing a mob head on a note block, that note block will now play one of the ambient sounds of that mob when played by a player or powered by redstone. That means if you have something like a zombie head and you place it on a note block and you tap this, it will now play a zombie sound. There's a few sounds that it's able to play. I think this is a really cool introduction. It also works for the creeper. It works for the skelly bones. It works for the wither skelly bones. Brace yourself, headphone users. It also works for the ender dragon. 3, 2, 1. And yes, Bedrock Edition did get the introduction of the Piglin head. And yes, it does make a sound on a note block. But unfortunately, our good friend Steve, when placed on a note block, does not make a sound. People have said that Steve should play the OG sound. Now, if you want to start trolling your friends, this does work with redstone. So if we just get this, just move this little guy along. There you go, buddy. I don't want to squish you. Place that there. Place this on top. You can now troll your friends. So to me, this is a great introduction. Moving on to Piglin Mob Head. There is a few more details about this. It says, Piglins will drop their heads when killed by a charged creeper. Now, the problem we have here is whenever a Piglin enters the overworld, it will begin to shake. And according to the wiki, I think you have like 10 to 15 seconds until this mob is then going to transform into a zombified Piglin. That's not a long time to get one of these into the overworld, get a creeper to blow it up. Or is it better to take a charged creeper into the nether? How would you guys do this? If you run this specific command, it will summon a charged creeper, by the way. So if we get ourselves a Piglin around here, we get a few of these, and we tap this to blow it up. There is a 100% drop rate, by the way. So like, it's not going to be a case of getting a charged creeper into the nether or bringing one of these to the overworld and then like you don't get a chance of getting these, but it's just gonna be tricky. I've turned off mod griefing. We don't want this world to get destroyed. You'll find out why in a second. Also, it says the Piglin head will flap its ears when powered by redstone or worn by a player. So if we grab this, we put this on here, its little ears do flap, and yeah, you can wear this. And when you wear it and jump around, its ears do flap as well. Honestly, I think we need more mob heads in Minecraft. We must move on. Bamboo, Woodset, and Raft. It says added block of bamboo, which can be crafted from 9 bamboo. So this stuff is even more useful. So you're going to need 9 of these. They did change the recipe. Previously, it used to be just 4 of these. I think it makes sense because this is quite easy to get. To use 9, you will then get block of bamboo, and this is the block that you will now be given. Look away if you have trypophobia. But what do you think of this block? Let me know. But also added stripped block of bamboo, which can be obtained using an axe on a block of bamboo. So this is a new one, but if you get an axe and tap on it, as you can see, the color changes and you will have the block of bamboo and the stripped block of bamboo. What team are you? Team block of bamboo or team stripped? Let me know. It does also say both block of bamboo and stripped block of bamboo can be crafted into 2 bamboo planks. So let me just show you these, but I also want to show you, let's just grab ourselves an oak log, for example, and we're just going to go to survival. So as you know, as a Minecraft player, if you put 1 log inside of here, you get 4 planks. If you put 1 of these inside of here, you only get 2. And the reason why is because this is a lot easier and cheaper to make. So developers have decided to only give you 2, but you can use block of bamboo to get 2 planks, but also the stripped version as well to get 2 planks. Bamboo hanging signs is now crafted out of 6 stripped blocks of bamboo and 2 chains. So you're going to need 1 and 2, but you're going to need 6 of the stripped version. The recipe is 1, 2, top, left, and right, and then all the way on the bottom, and you will be given 6 of these. They have rotated the texture of bamboo planks to better match the style of other plank blocks. So they've changed this very slightly. These are the planks you already have in Minecraft. We're just gonna go and slot these inside of here, and they basically tried to make it that way if you wanted to use a combination of birch and bamboo together, the texture aligns perfectly. They've done a very good job there. But also updated bamboo raft and bamboo raft with chest item icons, which is these things right here. Bamboo fence now shows in the correct color on the map. Also recolored the scaffolding texture to match bamboo woodset's color. So if we just have a little bit of a closer look here, the scaffolding block has been slightly changed in color to match the other variant. We move on to the Chiseled Bookshelf. It says unique sounds added for the Chiseled Bookshelf, and this is to do with putting them inside of here. Now, unfortunately, Bedrock Edition doesn't have the ability to point and place wherever you want just yet. That's not been added, but it does say introduce the tag Minecraft Bookshelf _books to filter what type of items are storable in the Chiseled Bookshelf. And Chiseled Bookshelf now fills when dropping books into a connected hopper. So this is at least a parity introduced this week. So if we put one on there, we put one at the back, and we put one in here, and we just put 1 book inside of there, it will now filter correctly. Let's put 1 here. It now filters correctly. And another one over there. It now filters correctly. Also, when a Chiseled Bookshelf is connected to a hopper, only books are transferred. Moving on to hanging signs. Hanging sign map colors now match sign map colors. Hanging sign now uses the correct texture for its jungle variant. Fixed an issue where hanging signs and other blocks could not be placed under chest, enchanting table, candle, brewing stand, mob heads when aligned to the bottom of the blocks, or end portal frames. So more places to place your hanging sign. You can now place them underneath all of these. I think the candle one is a strange one, but I mean, I'm not going to complain. We have the brewing stand, we have mob heads, and we have the end portal frame. That's what it looks like. The jungle hanging sign iron chain added in texture. Moving on to the camel. It says camel texture is up to parity with the Java Edition texture. We have a bug report. Here is the bug report. Here is what the bottom texture looks like on Bedrock Edition. And here is what the bottom texture looks like on Java Edition. So you can see underneath this camel right here how the texture is now matching Java Edition. The sitting camel with lead attached now stands up and follows the player when moving away from it. So as we waited patiently for this camel to sit, if we attach it, start to move away, you can see here it instantly stands up. I think that animation is a little bit too quick though. The player can now sprint when riding a camel, even if they have low hunger. Players riding a camel while it does its standing up animation, do not sink into it anymore. Players riding a camel now sit in the correct position. Camels now have a smaller collision when sitting. Baby camels are now slightly smaller. Changed the colors of the dash cooldown bar to match Java Edition. Skulk sensors can now detect camels sitting down or standing up. Let's move on to features and bug fixes. Spawn eggs. They have added new spawn egg items for the Ender Dragon, Iron Golem, Snow Golem, and Wither mobs in creative mode. So, if we now type in Golem, we're going to have Iron Golem spawn eggs. We're going to have Snow Golem spawn eggs. If we type in Ender, there is an Ender Dragon spawn egg. And if we type in Wither, there is a Wither spawn egg. They have officially been introduced to the game. It feels good to have these two, and I feel like these two are quite dangerous. But because I love you guys, I'm going to show you how easy it is to spawn them. There's the dragon, and there's your Wither. Now, it does say Ender Dragon and Wither spawn eggs will only be available through commands to prevent accidental destruction of players' builds. Now, you've seen them in the creative menu, and they did say these are currently in the creative inventory, but will be removed at a later stage. So you're going to have to get used to typing /give @p, and then if you type in, let's say, Ender_dragon, you're going to have to get used to typing in this specific command, and it's going to be the same for the Wither. But does that technically mean that, like, if we go down here, because I don't want to ruin this world, put this down here, and have an Iron Golem spawner, which is crazy to think about, a Snow Golem spawner, and we can technically have an Ender Dragon spawner and a Wither boss spawner? Technically, they're all now possible. I mean, the Ender Dragon isn't currently spawning, and neither is the Wither, but you get the point. But there's more. Polar Bear spawn egg colors have changed to distinguish it from the Ghast spawn egg. Here are the two spawn eggs now. There is more of a difference. I'm colorblind. To be honest, I still really can't tell too much of a difference, but Polar Bear looks like this, and the Ghast now looks like that. Android players, listen up. It says device screen will no longer automatically turn off while a world is loaded. They have updated splash screen to be consistent between Android 12 Plus devices and older devices. We have a bug report. Mojang Studios logo doesn't appear on Android 12, so there was a screenshot, and apparently that's what it looked like. Also fixed controller input, sometimes getting stuck when a controller disconnected. Moving on to blocks. Entities no longer get pushed out by doors activated by redstone signals. Using the pick block functionality on fern and grass now selects the correct item in the inventory instead of the first one between them. So if I grab this and then I try to grab this, it would still grab this and just wouldn't go to the right slot. And it also says using the pick block functionality on acacia and dark oak leaves now selects the correct item in the inventory instead of the first one between them. So believe it or not, these are different. So if we pick block, you can see the acacia leaves. I pick block this. I'm currently holding this. If I go back to pick block, you can see here it now goes the right one. So if I was to throw this on the floor, which is the acacia, you can see I can pick that one up. And if I pick another one up there, it's a brand new one. Moving on to gameplay. Bamboo plant placements now behave the same way as in Java Edition. It will no longer grow by clicking on the side of a bamboo plant with a bamboo item in hand. We have a bug report. Excessive bamboo growth. Now, there's a video here showing that when you place down bamboo, how high you can grow it, right? You can grow this as high as you like. In fact, this video is 32 seconds long, and you'll see here how tall it actually goes. So from my understanding, this is a change I actually don't like, because if you place down a bamboo now, you can see here, it doesn't actually go all the way up when you're holding it down. I actually liked the bamboo on Bedrock Edition, so now I've got to, like, I don't know, get above it in a way and do it this way. You can't just tap on that, and that makes me sad. I thought it was a much better way. Maybe that's just me. Is there a better way to do it? I don't think so. So yeah, that's a change I don't like. All mobs are now able to path through wither roses. We got a bug report. Various mobs won't walk through wither rose. So there's a video here. Just gonna mute this real quick. The warden couldn't get through wither roses. It was literally the perfect way to disable the warden. They will now chase you, so you gotta be careful. So if we put the warden inside of there and we annoy it now, they are perfectly going to be able to pathfind through it. And they are gonna come after you. And I'm gonna put my game mode into creative because I don't want to die. Stone walls are now placed correctly in the line when continuously placing them. When teleporting a group of leashed mobs using TPA at E to a far enough distance away to unleash them all, they still show as leashed mobs. We have a bug report. So here is the bug report. This person has the mob, then TPs them really, really far away. You can clearly see they're still attached, but not attached to him. They're just attached to each other. That's been fixed. And Grahpical fixed albedo colors arrays in texture sets. We have a bug report. Albedo color arrays in texture sets displays as completely black. So with RTX, this is what it looked like. Mobs. Axolotls no longer tick their dry out timer when unloaded. Tropical fish no longer use surface density limit when spawning underground. Husks can now fit in a 2 blocks high space and baby husks in a 1 high space. We have a bug report. I found this quite interesting. Husks can't fit in a 2 high space. So you can clearly see here, they're trying to get inside of there, but they're too big to go inside of there. So they've slightly changed husks as of today. So using this villager as a prime example, we put down a husk. It's now going to be able to get under there, which previously they couldn't. So that's a very interesting change. We move on to villager changes. Villagers will now take damage from lightning bolts on peaceful difficulty, just like other mobs. Villagers will now ensure that rain can pass through the block above them before launching fireworks when celebrating after a raid victory. We have a bug report. So this one was wild and everyone was not happy about this. It had been around for a very long time. Fireworks after a pillager raid kills the villagers. Literally, if you had a raid, they'd celebrate in a space like this. And they would just kill each other. And it was crazy. So now the villagers are a little bit smarter. And here's an example right here. They literally kill each other and you. Particle Effects fixed a bug causing particles with collision and expire _ contact to not expire when collided. Added support for mixed color blending on particle effects. Player fixed a bug causing players to desync from multiplayer games if they save and quit after dying and then rejoining. Stability change. Fixed multiple crashes that could occur when players died while affected with withering. Text field. Text fields are no longer deselected with second click on them once they are selected. Touch controls. The pressing direction on of the build button in touch controls will now be visually clicked down instead of up when being pressed. Fixed an issue where players could not remove items by clicking on the inventory items in classic profile. The touch focus circle has been reactivated with the new touch controls, just not in crosshair mode. User interface added a missing error screen that displays when attempting to create a world with too little available disk space. Fixed the quality of the Mojang Studios logo screen when loading on Xbox. Removed extra space around the open chat message that appears when entering a world. Fixed an issue that caused the Wandering Trader's trade window to show a profession. Vanilla Parity. Pumpkins and melons can now grow on mycelium and on moss blocks. I was hoping they would have grown by now, but they haven't. So if we grab ourselves some bone meal here and we bone meal these, surely they should then start to grow on these blocks. Anyway, they didn't grow previously. They now should. And there we go. I updated the ticking speed. So yeah, they now grow on those blocks. Although with the mycelium one, it changed it. Beacon effect particles are now transparent. We have a bug report. Beacon effect particles are not transparent. Been around for a long time. Here is the comparison. You can see here that the Java version has transparent particles. Bedrock didn't. And on Bedrock, this really bothered me. So although this is only a minimal change, I think it's going to be a good one. Conduit effect particles are now transparent. Basically the exact same as that one. Commands. Executing the /say command via the new execute sign text now displays the entity's name that precedes the message. And technical updates. Let's read the changelog. There are quite a lot of technical updates this week, so if you're interested in the technical side of Minecraft, the changelog is down below. Now, if you made it this far in today's video, you are the real MVP. Let me know in the comment section. There was some incredible changes this week. My favorite is the Piglin head, but I really like the changes with the spawn egg. I think the Wither Rose one being removed is scary, and I don't like the bamboo change. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.